Hello everyone and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal! In the last episode we defeated Bugsy of the Azalea Town Gym, as well as got the Cut HM from the charcoal maker there. Now off screen I actually went ahead and, you see I caught a Paris, yeah, of all things. Much as I hate him, I actually did go ahead and catch one. Just to teach it Cut. I decided I didn't want to teach Hot Pocket Cut because, well, it's not a bad move right now. It's not going to be that great later in the game. And I'd just rather have the move slot free. So I'm actually going to go ahead and come up here. And, yep, we're going to come to this tree here, the one we were looking at earlier. And I would like to use Cut with Paris there. Now, the other reason I didn't want to teach Hot Pocket Cut is because I think that's the only tree you have to cut in the entire game to progress. It's certainly worth it to have Cut for other stuff, and whoa! Is there something in this shrine? No, that was just a chance random encounter there. Oh yeah, you'll see I actually got Elephant up to level 16 while I was looking for a Paris as well. But, yeah, so like I said, I am gonna keep Paris around in my party as long as I have the extra slot, just to have Cut for bonus stuff. But yeah, this is the only tree I think, if I remember correctly, this is the only tree you have to cut to progress in the game. But now that we've done that, let's go see what awaits us in Ilex Forest. Yeah, I think this is about the point where I'm actually going to start editing out wild encounters, just because, well, there's not really anything too special here. And yeah, you see the sign is talking about items that might have been dropped. This is actually where you can start. Anyway, like I was saying there, this area is where you can start actually finding game. Oh, I definitely foresee myself investing in some repels in the future. Anyway, Ilex Forest here, I think, is the first area where you can start encountering hidden items. I don't think there's any before this, but I don't know that for sure. Now, I don't know off the top of my head where every... Oh, this is getting old. I might start talking through battles I'm just running away from. But, I don't know off the top of my head where every hidden item is in this game, but I'll show you the ones I do know. Now, see this guy here? We're actually going to want to make our way over to where he is, because he's got something very, very important for us. Okay, definitely going to be buying repels in the future, because this is getting really old really quick. By the way, I am actually stopping to fight Metapods and Kakunas, because they give a decent amount of experience. Yeah, I'm just going to run away from everything else, though, so I'm just going to talk through this battle. Yeah, Metapods and Kakunas, I mean, I say a decent bit of experience. It's like 71, which isn't that great, but it's better than nothing. It's better than anything else would give me. And it's good enough experience. I think it's worth the extra 30 seconds or so to stop and fight him. But, yeah, Weedles, Caterpies, all this kind of stuff, no. I will not be stopping to fight them. By the way, I failed to mention in the last episode, there is actually another kind of Pokemon you can encounter here. I think either during the day and night, but not morning, which is why I haven't been seeing any. And those are Oddish. But, let's talk to this guy here. Oh, really? Yeah, you see, we get TM02 Headbutt, one of the most useful TMs in the game, if you can believe it. So yeah, actually, he's right. If you use Headbutt on trees new to this game and exclusive to, well, I was gonna say Generation 2, but let's just say Pokemon games in Johto, you can actually use Headbutt, in order to shake Pokemon out of trees. You see, this is also an attack that'll make Pokemon flinch. So yeah, I would like to teach Headbutt to a Pokemon. Now you can see Barbara can't learn Headbutt, and this is the move I was referring to earlier. This is why I taught Swift to Barbara specifically, because she cannot learn Headbutt. Everyone else in our party can, though, and I'm going to go ahead and actually give our first Headbutt TM to Krusty. Yeah, see, now that we have a Pokemon with 4 moves here, we have to delete one of our moves in order to make room for Headbutt. I couldn't get rid of Growl, because I never use it. You know what, I actually am. I was going to get rid of Tackle. For the most part, I generally replace Tackle or Scratch with Headbutt, but I'm never going to use Growl anyway, so why not? We'll go ahead and just replace Growl with it. Now let me show you how this works here. If you go into a tree that looks like this, not one of these big trees, or a cuttable tree, but one of these pine trees, yeah, it'll ask you if you want to use Headbutt. And we get a wild encounter. Now, you won't always get a wild encounter, but whoa! We got a Noctowl here. And you see how it's asleep? Pokemon that you knock out of trees will actually have a higher chance of being asleep. So unfortunately, because this Noctowl is asleep, I can't actually see what level it is. It's probably level 10 or 15, though. Generally, Pokemon that fall out of trees are at about that level. Noctowl, by the way, is the evolved form of Hoothoot, and it's a pretty mediocre Pokemon. I can't really recommend it, so I'm not going to be catching it here. However, being an evolved Pokemon, it's worth quite a bit more experience than a Hoothoot of the same level would be. So I'm going to go ahead and battle it and knock it out here. There are also certain Pokemon that you can only catch by headbutting trees. In this area in particular, you can catch a Pokemon called Pineco that will fall out of the trees. Pineco's evolved form is actually pretty good for competitive or PvP battling, but for in-game purposes, I wouldn't really bother with it. Now, for other Pokemon that will fall out of trees, I mean, there's Noctowl, like we saw, but in the Ilex Forest and areas before this, it's pretty much all just going to be Pokemon we've seen before, mostly bug-type Pokemon, maybe some Hoothoots as well. But, well, okay, so I was actually brushing up on something real quick, and, well, let me fight this trainer battle real quick here. Oh, sorry about that, I didn't mean to. But, oh, you know what? I just realized I think I've missed some hidden items here in Ilex Forest, but it's nothing too fantastic, nothing I'm going to go back for. I'm not really very worried about it. Okay, so I was brushing up on a walkthrough real quick. Not a full walkthrough, I wasn't reading one, but in particular I was curious about a Pokemon called Heracross, because I was considering using one for my team. Ultimately, I don't think I will, mostly because of its move pool. Now, when I was looking at Heracross's Pokemon Crystal profile, the Bulbapedia entry for it actually said that you can find Heracross in headbuttable trees in Azalea Town. I didn't test that to confirm it, and from what Bulbapedia said, that's only the case in Pokemon Crystal, not in Gold or Silver. Now, I was always under the impression that you couldn't get Heracross from a headbuttable tree, which, by the way, is the only way to get a Heracross. I was under the impression you couldn't get one until an area that's later in the game. But now, according to Bulbapedia, if you headbutt the trees around Azalea Town, you have a small chance of getting a Heracross. So, the thing about Heracross is, it's a decent enough... Well, okay, stat-wise, Heracross is actually a great Pokemon. I'm a pretty big fan of using Heracross myself. The thing is, in Gold, Silver, and Crystal in particular, Heracross actually does not have a very good move pool in the slightest. And unfortunately, no TMs that you get will really improve its move pool by that much. Okay, we managed to make it through Ilex Forest there. But yeah, since even through TMs, Heracross doesn't have that great of a move pool, I'm not going to be going for one. Now, it does learn a really great move later in the game. Oh, we got TM12 here. This TM contains Sweet Scent, by the way, which in battle will lower the foe's evasion. Not very useful at all. However, you can use it outside of battle as, yeah, she's explaining right here. If you use it in tall grass or an area where wild Pokemon would normally appear, you can actually force a random encounter. So that's kind of nice if you need it. Okay, I'm definitely going to want to use a Paralyze heal. Yeah, you see, Paralyze, unlike Confusion, actually does not heal in between battles. And I'll use one of my potions here. Yeah, looking back, I definitely didn't need to buy this many potions at all, really. So I'm going to be using them a little bit more liberally here. But, looks like we got another trainer here. Now, this route here... I'm trying to remember what all can be found in the grass around here that's new. to Crystal in particular. This is one of those areas where I kind of get mixed up between the versions of the game. I know you can find Abras here. Abra in its evolved form are actually pretty good. I've used them before. Even though Abra is one of those Pokemon that you can't get to its final form unless you trade it, which normally I wouldn't recommend using those kind of Pokemon. However, Abra's second form is actually good enough that you can get away with using it without fully evolving it for pretty much the whole game. Especially given some TMs that we'll have access to pretty soon here. Oh, looks like Elfun's trying to learn a new move, Flail. Now, Flail is a lot like Tackle, and that's a normal physical type move that doesn't have a lot of high base power normally, but I'll go ahead and forget Growl here to learn it. The way that Flail works is that it actually has a higher base power the lower your HP is. So if you're really in a pinch, you can use Flail and deal some pretty good damage, but normally if I'm in that kind of situation, I just like to heal up anyway, so I'm probably not going to bother with it that much. Now I'll go ahead and switch out to Krusty here, because our opponent here is using a Sandshrew. Sandshrew can be found back in Union Cave if you really want one, but as I mentioned back there are better ground Pokemon you could use. I switched to Krusty in particular because Krusty's Water Gun is going to be super effective. Even though Krusty doesn't have the best special attack stat, you can see that the super effectiveness combined with Stab, same type attack bonus, actually managed to one-shot it anyway. So that's pretty nice. No, I'm good. I can show off my new Headbutt move here too. Now the flinch won't really be that great with Krusty since Krusty's pretty slow here, but the increased damage is definitely worthwhile over like a tackle attack or something. I believe Headbutt has a base power of 60, much like Cut, but unlike Cut, which is an HM, Headbutt is only a TM, so you can learn a new move over it if you want to. Okay, what was I saying before that? Oh, new Pokemon in this area, right. Abra, if you want to use one, Abra is a Psychic-type Pokemon. I'm not going to be using Abra since I already have Krusty as a Psychic-type, but if you needed a Psychic-type, Abra's pretty good there. Just note that before Abra evolves at level 16, it only knows one move, Teleport, which is not a damaging move, so unless you use some TMs on Abra, or do the bait and switch, which is what I'll refer to putting up a weak Pokemon in the lead and switching out once the battle starts for a stronger one. I'll call that the bait and switch method, more or less. So unless you use the bait and switch method or teach Abra some TMs, it won't be able to do much for itself. The daycare, huh? I seem to remember somebody else mentioning that earlier in the game. Maybe that daycare is around here somewhere. Here we have a new kind of trainer here, Pokefans. And now it's kind of hard to classify what kind of Pokemon Pokefans use, other than like cute, really. Lots of Pikachus, lots of Snubbles here, which is a new Pokemon. Snubble is a normal type, which can actually be found in this area. Now, Snubble's not really that great of a Pokemon. Whoa, it learns Bite though, which is super effective against us. Also, don't know why I used Water Gun. I definitely should have gone for Headbutt. But, yeah, Snubble in its evolved form are, like, pretty mediocre. I definitely recommend it more than, like, a Rattata or something. Oh, here's another thing about Pokefans. They actually tend to give their Pokemon hold items, unlike most trainers. But, yeah, I mean, you know, Stumble's gonna be better than, like, a Rattata or something, but I still don't recommend using it all that much, and whoa! That's a little too close for comfort there. I definitely should have healed up before this. Let's go ahead and throw out a potion. I'll probably have to throw out another potion after this. Yeah, definitely gonna have to... Jeez, I might even have to throw out 2 more potions here. Because the thing is, Snubble is gonna be faster than Krusty here. So, shoot. Yeah, this is a pretty inefficient way of doing this, but, okay, after this, we should be good to use an attack, assuming Snubble doesn't get a critical hit. You know what? That's not even gonna do it. We're gonna have to use yet another potion, aren't we? Well, this is fine. Like I said, I really need to burn through these potions anyway, so, now... Okay, this should do it. We should survive it. Oh, we actually moved first. That's really unexpected, but... Alright, I suppose that works. And now Krusty grew to level 17. Alright. Yeah, Snubbles can be found in this area. They're a little bit better than like a Rattata or a Centric, but not enough better that I would actually consider using one for my team here. Go ahead and throw Barbara in the front there. Got a few more trainers to fight along this route. Okay, including one down here. Uh-oh. I actually didn't see that guy up there. So we're gonna have to fight him first, but it's not really that big of a deal. Other new Pokemon that you can find in this area include Drowsy, which is also a Psychic-type Pokemon. And Drowsy's evolved form is, it's alright. Yeah, if you really want to use one, go for it. There are better Psychic Pokemon you can use, in my opinion, but you could do much worse for a team member than Drowsy as well. Machops... Actually, I don't think Machops are... No, I'm thinking of something else a little bit later. No Machops in this area. Let's see, what all did I cover? Abra, Drowsy, Snubbull. I think that's it for new Pokemon in this area. I feel like I'm missing one, though. Like I said, this route... Oh, you know what? I know what it is. You can actually catch Dittos in this area, too. Ditto's a very unique Pokemon. And I'll probably talk about it more once I actually fight against one. But, yeah, if you really want to grind for a Ditto, you can actually find them in this area. And it's pretty serendipitous that you find them around here, given, well, mechanics that we'll explore a little bit later. Well, I don't know if we'll explore them ourselves in this playthrough, but I'll explain them a little bit later. But alright, we defeated Youngster Ian there pretty easily. Now let's go fight this other trainer I meant to fight right here. Oh sure, just a practice battle, not a real one, of course. No, no. Next, Picnicker Gina, huh? We got a Hoppip here. At a whopping level 9, alright. Yeah, this is why I wanted to throw Barbara in the league, because I knew there was a trainer, this Picnicker here, coming up that had a lot of Grass-type Pokemon. Now, Hoppip, I think at this point does actually have like a Tackle or something. I'm not actually too familiar with Hoppip's moveset. I never really used one, but, well, in any case, went down easily enough. I got another Hoppip here. Okay, another Swift or two should take it out pretty soundly. Yeah, it's really nice being able to rely on Swift as a move that'll always hit. Because most other moves do have a chance to miss. Even if they have 100% accuracy, there is still a slight chance that they will miss. And, whoa, a Bulbasaur! Yeah, this is a Pokemon that we actually won't be able to get in this game. Bulbasaur, as many of you probably know, is one of the starter Pokemon from the first game. Bulbasaur is actually my go-to pick as far as starter Pokemon in the first game go. I really like Bulbasaur a lot. Bulbasaur tends to get a lot of hate, honestly. Because, well, you know, Charmander and Squirtle, their evolved forms a little bit quote-unquote cooler, I guess? I don't know. But, I've always liked Bulbasaur. And yeah, this is why I want to stick with Barbara's, because I knew there'd be grass Pokemon here, and their attacks are doubly ineffective because Barbara is both poison and flying, much like the Bellsprouts in Sprout Tower. Okay, there goes that Bulbasaur, pretty easily there. Yeah, you see, we're starting to get to a point in the game where we're probably not going to have to do as much grinding because there's going to be a lot more trainers around. Okay, now we just got Hot Pocket to get up to level 17. And this is how I normally like to do it. I like to keep my team all at around the same level. I mean, it's just uniform and nice, and, you know, that's how I prefer to do things. What's this building here? Let's see. Oh, hey, it's the daycare that we heard about. Now, if you want to, you can actually leave your Pokemon here. And, huh, that is pretty incredible. And whoa, we actually got an egg ourselves, the Odd Egg. There's kind of a bit to say about the Odd Egg, but I probably won't say much about it until ours actually hatches there. Wow, she actually says the almost the exact same thing as the guy does. No, I don't want to leave any of my Pokemon here. But yeah, basically the way that it works, I'll go ahead and do like a very brief rundown here. So you can leave up to 2 Pokemon at the daycare center here. The number of experience points they gain is based on how many steps you take. Much like hatching eggs, the more steps you take, the more experience Pokemon in the daycare center will get. If you leave 2 Pokemon in the daycare center that are the same egg group, they have a chance, obviously, and one being a male, one being a female, they have a chance to lay an egg. Ugh, do I really want to get into mechanics right now? I'll try to give a brief rundown. What type of Pokemon is in the egg is determined by the female Pokemon that you leave. Basically, it'll be the same type of Pokemon that the female Pokemon is. So, for example, if you were to leave, I think these are in the same egg group, like a Sentret and a Rattata, and the Sentret was male and the Rattata was female, if they laid an egg, it would hatch into a Rattata, since Rattata is the female Pokemon. Now, there are also things known as egg moves, where sometimes Pokemon can learn moves, hatched ones from eggs rather, can learn moves that they normally wouldn't be able to learn. However, in order to get an egg move, the male Pokemon of the pair has to know that move. Now, I was mentioning earlier, there's something about Ditto and how it's kind of serendipitous that you can find them around here. That's because if you leave a Ditto with any Pokemon, you'll get an egg of the non-Ditto Pokemon that you left here. Since, you know, the implication is that Ditto can transform, that being Ditto's main mechanic, to transform into other Pokemon, Ditto can transform into whatever Pokemon you leave with it, and thus they can breed. So Ditto's probably the main way to go if you want to just breed Pokemon out of eggs. If you're looking for egg moves, you might have to look at an egg group chart in order to see what the best Pokemon pair to get those egg moves are. Now, that's not something I'm really going to be doing in this game. I'm not going to really bother with breeding. But, yeah, it is something you can do, and it is actually worthwhile for getting egg moves and such. Okay, I think we have just a little bit more on this route to go. See this guy here. This is a police officer. Now, if it were nighttime right now, this guy would actually battle you, and I kind of wish I could make it nighttime, but unfortunately, I don't have a way to quickly pass time. But, yeah, if it were nighttime, this guy would battle us, and I believe he has a level 14 Growlithe? 13 or 14? Something like that, if I remember correctly. Okay, good. I did put Hot Pocket in the lead. We got one more trainer here that I'm going to fight. I mean, you're not really going to give me a choice either way, so sure, why not? Camper Todd, huh? He's got a Psyduck. Ooh, I didn't realize he had a water Pokemon. That probably won't end up being that big a deal, though. We're just gonna have to resort to Tackle here instead of Ember. Yeah, I don't think Psyduck has any Water-type moves right now. At this level, it might only have Scratch. I mean, it might have a Water Gun, but even if it uses Water Gun, I don't think even a crit would one-shot us here. But, yeah, Psyduck's a Water-type Pokemon, despite its name sounding like it might be part Psychic-type. Nope, it's just Water-type. And, yeah, it looks like all it really has right now is Scratch, so... well, not a whole bunch of threats there from that. And there we go, that battle was pretty easy enough. And alright, we actually managed to get our whole team up to level 17 before moving on to the next town. Which, spoiler alert, is just north of us here. Yeah, once we go up here, you see now we are in Goldenrod City, the next town in the game. So in between videos, I'll go ahead and heal up here at the Pokemon Center, and then we will explore more of Goldenrod City. Next time on Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. This is XX, signing out. Have a good day.